All right, you're listening to 91.5 WUML Lowell Blues Deluxe. It's my honor and pleasure to have Jeff Schroedl. That's how you say your name, right?
You got it.
Uh,
Correct.
the new, the new president of Blind Pig Records. Hello, Jeff.
Hey, thanks for the intro. Thanks for having me.
You're
Congrats on
welcome.
the KBA award and all long time
Thanks.
being on the air.
Congratulations on picking up Blind Pig. That was my first question: is how did that happen? I know Blind Pig has been around since 1977. They were they were kind of founded inside of a blues club in Ann Arbor, right, Michigan.
Yeah, Jerry and Ed, for a long, long time, great guys, really built such a great thing, and it took it a long ways over the course of many years. And a few years back, I think late 2015, early 2016, decided to retire. And the label it was sort of intended to keep it going a little bit through its new owners, the Orchard, and a couple of records were released in that kind of period of time. But yeah, I started talking with them a couple of years ago, their label division, and met a couple times, and they just loved the idea the Orchard did of trying to get it going again in a more proper way. And so we then reached out to Jerry next, to get kind of the blessing of the original founders. And I had lunch with Jerry in Chicago area, and was appreciative of their support, and just kept talking with the Orchard, and here we are. We decided to give it a go.
And that was what, last year, right? You
Yeah,
started
last
up.
year. Yeah, kind of through last year. We kind of set up the framework of it last year, and then we signed a couple of new artists late last year, and now we're starting to see those records come out. So we're getting there.
Yeah, Sonny. I had Sonny on last week, and we were chatting about. He was telling me how all of it happened with him, and it was like October of last year that he knew that he was ready to roll, and then it was January of this year the record was released. Basically,
No,
was it?
the record is going to be released this coming
No, I
Friday.
mean that he actually recorded in
Oh,
January.
right. He recorded in
Recorded in
Yes, that's
January.
correct. He recorded in January. We're talking about Sonny Gullidge, of
Sonny,
course.
right?
Great young musician out of Louisiana, and his first record's called "Go Be Free." And amazing singer, songwriter, piano, keyboard player, just an all-around great musician, and really engaging young guy with a lot to say. And I'm very excited for people to hear the record. It's amazing. It really is good.
My audience got to hear it last weekend.
Good, good for you. Good for you. Yes, it's been
Thank you.
the radio community, blues radio community, has been really supportive of it so far.
So yeah, releases on Friday is what he had mentioned. Coming up this Friday.
August 23rd. Yeah, it's
Yep.
going to be on CD, vinyl, and digital, of course.
Great. And anybody who else you I know Altered 5 was the first one that you guys released, right?
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was an EP earlier in the year, and it's doing great. And single off of that's doing especially well, called "Don't Tell Me I Can't." And then the other album this year is by another Louisiana artist. Coincidentally, his debut album. His name is Jovan Webb, and that we just launched the pre-order last Friday, along with the first single. So his album is, again, it's Jovan Webb, and his album is called Drifter. And another just amazing record. Produced by Tom Hambridge. We recorded it in Nashville, and Jovan's a great writer. Paired him up with Tom co-writing and a couple other co-writers, but largely Jovan, and just an incredible voice, unique voice. And he also plays other instruments, a little harmonica on the album. And yeah, he's so excited. His debut record. He's got quite a large engaged following. He went very far in American Idol. So that
Another
was
one, another American Idol.
yeah,
They both,
yeah.
Sonny was too.
Yeah, Sonny was as well. Yeah, Jovan had quite a. They both were terrific. Jovan had quite a lengthy run, and so he's got a lot of people kind of waiting for his music to hear it for the first time, and to get out there and hopefully tour a little bit as well.
So you hooked two American Idol,
Yeah,
former American Idols. That's pretty cool.
yeah, just by chance, just coincidence. I mean, both great voices and great musicians out of Louisiana. So, and yeah, hoping for more. We'll see.
So there's a large catalog of music that Blind Pig had released over the years. Do you have access to all of that or no?
Um, Access to it in what way? To re-release?
Re-release or
Yeah, we can. We that's not predominantly what we're set up to do going forward, but we can do that. And we've had some people mention that, some reissues and things like that, and vinyl and so forth. So yeah, that's something we could look at. Um, you know, it's just a little matter of time to kind of pulling some of that together. But yeah, people have ideas for us. Hey, hit us up. Contact at blindpigrecords.com or whatever it might be.
it's hard to
And
find some of those records on CD and vinyl now. That's
it
why.
is, yeah. I know there's a friend of mine who owns every Blind Pig release since the very beginning, and so I sometimes ask him some questions. But a lot of people out there are such big Blind Pig fans, so there's yeah. But yeah, we're open to ideas, and I guess anything's possible.
So the first three signings or the first three recordings, there's only going to be three this year, right? Or you have more coming?
Just three this year. It's just starting up, kind of getting things rolling in a number of ways. Just is time consuming. We wanted to do it right, and I think there's a lot of, you want to do high quality. One of the things that I promised the founders and is, look, I won't tarnish the brand, right? I want to make sure that it's high quality music, and that would be worthy of Blind Pigs. So, maybe we'll put out a few more as we go along here, but initially we're just trying to get it started and do it the best we can.
Now you're a musician, right?
Yeah, I'm a guitar player. I write songs and kind of all my life. So yeah, I kind of see it from both sides, from the business side and the marketing side, but also the musician side, no doubt about it.
And then tell me about Hal Leonard. You're involved with
Yeah.
all of that too.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I've been there for a long time, and still enjoy creating content for music makers through there, and involved in rights acquisition, and a lot of the things that I've been involved with over the years, apply in different ways to Blind Pig. So it's fun, but yeah, so, a lot of elements to Blind Pig, that's for sure. There's a lot of things I'm sure I don't know as well, but we're gonna dive in and learn as we go to some extent.
So you've been in the music business for a long time.
Yeah,
Basically.
a little more than 30 years. Yeah.
In doing various things along the way, not just
Yeah,
producing.
I've been on the media side a little bit too. I headed up a guitar magazine in the 1990s, so I had a lot of publicists hitting me up, and now I'm kind of in the reverse. Hey, we're promoting our Blind Pig artists to different media outlets and things like that. But yeah, I've done some writing through the years, and a lot of different things. Been involved with e-commerce and dealers and certainly designers and artwork and publishing rights and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of pieces to it. There's no doubt.
Are you involved in any of that with the label right now? Any of the design?
Yeah, kind of all of it. Absolutely. Yep. It's a very small operation for the time being. So I'm kind of a one-stop on a lot of those things. But yes, we bring in experts where we need in different areas, and again, we're just going to kind of get it started and see where it goes.
How's Orchard's support of this now that
They're great. They're really excited about it. Um, and I've of course I sent them kind of previews of the early albums and the signings, and just to kind of keep them in the loop. And they're great, and they're helping. Obviously, they're our distributor worldwide, and getting involved in some of the marketing aspects as well. So
And they're part of
yeah,
Sony. They're part of Sony, right? Or they were.
owned by Sony. Yeah, correct. Yep. Yep.
Wow, that's good distribution.
Yeah, absolutely. And that helps. That helps. No doubt. No doubt about it.
And
And
how's the blues community been since you've been back, bringing
oh,
out,
great. A lot of
bringing Blind Pig
I've
in?
done yeah, thanks. I've done a few interviews. People kind of curious as what's going on. And I've tried to kind of lay in the background a little bit, but just hopefully let the music, I'm just trying to bring music. I'm trying to help people really, trying to help some artists, whether they're young artists like the earlier signings, or if they're established artists. We're open for business in whatever way makes sense. But yeah, we've had a lot of great feedback. Of course, we brought back the merch. People were not able to purchase Blind Pig T-shirts like you're wearing there right now. It looks like. And so we brought back Blind Pig merch. We've been selling quite a bit from our web store, and we'll have more to come as well. But hats and sweatshirts and things like that. So yeah, I think people have been pretty excited about it and curious at the same time.
How's the press been with it? Are you
A
getting
lot
good
of,
press?
yeah, a lot of people have shared it. I mean, obviously the Sunny record is just about to come out, but there's been a lot of great positive remarks about him as it relates to Blind Pig. But certainly it's about the artists first and foremost. I mean, yeah, just very supportive. Absolutely, a lot of people reached out to me, and a couple other record labels even reached out, and just being real supportive. So
That's good.
yeah,
Usually,
exactly.
usually it's competitive, but that's good if they're reaching out to you too.
Yeah, no, Bruce Siglar I've known for many years from Alligator, and he has a place nearby here in Milwaukee, and I told him in advance of the news, and he was nice enough to say, hey, anybody who's trying to do right by the blues is a friend of mine, and he offered to go to lunch, and we went to lunch and kind of talked about it, and it was terrific, as I've known Bruce for a long time. He's wonderful. So yeah, and others as well. So it's a small community, but I think everyone realizes there's enough blues records to go around. So
Have any of the artists that were on the original label contacted you at all?
I've talked to a few of them. We haven't, quite pulled the trigger on exactly, re-signing anyone in particular, but I'm sure we will at some point. Many of them are still doing great things. Some have retired, or a few of them passed, unfortunately. But yes, that would be great. I would love to bring that back, whether that's as a compilation or as a new album or whatever it might be. Always have our eyes and ears out for new things, but also want to work with some of the legacy artists that have certainly been on Blind Pig in the past.
Yeah, and help get its name where it is. Some of those people.
Yeah. Oh God, there's so many. I mean, you name it. There's a lot. They're all over. It's great to see.
So where do you see Blind Pig in the next 2 to 3 years? Where do you envision it's going to go?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, we kind of starts with exceptional artists, right? I mean, it's really about the music and the songs. I think I'm a guitar player, so I love hearing great blues guitar, and that's meaningful too. But at the end of the day, I just think it's about real artists who are singing about real things, real lyrics about their lives. I think that's what I like so much about the Sonny Gullidge and Jovan Webb records, is that they're just very meaningful lyrics that speak to who they are today. And but so it starts with songs. It just starts with great artistry, and I'm obviously great vocals is meaningful. Someone opens up their mouth and you can really engage with that voice. That helps. But it's all important: the arrangements, the music, the promotion. So yeah, I just think we're looking for, it could be anyone, but we just want it to be exceptional, right?
Well, you got great producer, two records with someone that's lived up here. Tom, I
Yeah,
remember him.
Yeah, Tom Hambridge is a Buffalo native, not too far from you up there. But yeah, he's. I reached out. I've known Tom. He's such a wonderful, as we all know, producer and songwriter, artist of his own, and drummer. But kind of said, "Hey, Tom, you want to produce one of these?" And he said, "I want to produce both of them. I really see a lot of potential in both of them." So we did it, but we'll mix it up. Depends on the artist. But yeah, I want to help. I want to help musicians kind of achieve their potential. There's a lot of great musicians out there who, I think, you know, need help in one way or the other to kind of realize what their potential is. And I think that's where a label can really help. And that's where I enjoy helping, I think, as much as I can.
Yeah, I was telling Sonny about Tom's band TH and the Records. He didn't know about them, and I said
Oh yeah,
next time you talk to Tom, ask him about TH and the Records. I remember them when they were playing here in Mass when he was here.
yeah, yeah. He's done it all, man. He's played with Chuck Berry. He's played with all sorts of people through the years,
Buddy
And
Guy now, and he
yeah, he
produced
was here
Susan
in Milwaukee
Tedeschi.
last night with Buddy Guy. So
Yeah.
yeah,
He produced Susan Tedeschi's record. I mean, you name it. He's produced a lot of people.
yep. Kingfish, so many.
And
Absolutely.
he's got a record that just came out not too long ago that
He does, yeah. You bet, yeah. So
I may interview him and ask him about all of that. We'll see one of these days.
yeah, you got it. But yeah, like I said, we're looking for just kind of genuine artists, with rare talent. I love singles and things, but I love albums that you listen to over and over and over again. The albums that we want to put out are albums that, you just keep listening to it because you just can't get enough of it. And, that's the name of the game, So we'll see. We're doing what we can, right?
Well, all I can tell you is the two that I've heard so far. I haven't heard Jovan's yet, but I've
Yeah.
heard the other two, and they're great. I mean, really good. All
Good.
the
Well,
way through.
yep. Jovan's record is coming your way soon. So hope you get that one on there too. I think that release date is October 18th. But his pre-order is up now. His first single is out, getting some good reaction. And Sonny's, yeah, I mean, it's I think he's got 4 singles out now. Speaking of Kingfish, he's got Kingfish on playing guitar on one of them as a guest, which is really cool. But yeah, he's so versatile. There's some just wonderful soul ballads on that album, and some there's a great slow blues on there. There's a funky tune with horns. It's kind of got it all. So
Yeah.
I couldn't be more proud of both guys, and both albums very different, but both so strong in their own ways.
So how do people find out about it's still blindpigrecords.com, right?
Yeah, blindpigrecords.com, and you can see all the different artists through the years on the artist button there, and you hit the news button, you can see what's new. Certainly, there's the web store. You can buy the CDs and vinyl from us, as well as some apparel and things like that. And
so who kept that? Who kept that after they went on hiatus? Did they keep it? Jerry keep the web presence, or?
No, the Orchard kind of took it over, and it was updated to some degree, but we've expanded that now. But absolutely socials, Blind Pig Records obviously find us on Instagram and Facebook and X and
all the platforms.
All the platforms. Blind Pig is out there, and yeah, we're pretty good about. The video content is so important these days, so we really try to share as much. People want to see these artists in action. They want to. They're humans, and they want to kind of, relate to them in different ways. So we've tried to push out as much video content as we can to help get the message across of the songs. So we've got some more videos coming out for these albums right now. There's a few already out there that are just fantastic. So yeah, we have videographer in the studio, and so there's some great studio footage as well that you'll see coming out. You can see Tom in the gang in action.
Yeah, Sonny was telling me about some of the stuff that was going on in the studio with Tom, and I was asking him about the singles. He had one that was dropping on the 9th, just before our interview, and I said to him, I bet you Jeff won't let me play your whole record. And he goes, maybe he will. We'll see.
That's right. Yeah, no, hey, we love our radio blues radio programs and getting out to the listeners. Hey, it's really important too on with new artists. You know, it's not easy for a new artist to kind of break. It's new names on the market, and even
Yep.
though they have their own following, and Sonny's been, for example, I think he's played in 9 countries, performed in 9 countries, but he's still relatively new. It's the support of blues radio programs like your own that really help get that message out. We as Blind Pig can do the best we can in different ways of marketing, but it takes the community to kind of to embrace new artists, but first they got to hear them.
Right.
And there's so much new out there. It's hard to pay attention to what's good and what people like.
If you remember FM radio, it was album side radio. That's all we did was play long form albums so everybody
Yep.
could hear the whole album. Well, I'm still doing it, even
Yeah,
though
that's good. Good.
even though, and the reason I do it is because the listeners get to hear maybe one song or 2 songs, because that's all, you're playing in a set. And I go, no, I want to play I want them to hear the whole thing. If they like it, they'll go out and buy it. They're not going to buy it for one song usually,
Yeah.
because it's a single. They want to hear all of it. And if they hear all of it and they like it, guess what? They're going to go out and buy it.
Yeah, especially blues fans.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So that's why when I said to him, I said, I don't know, maybe Jeff will let me play your singles. And then when you said yes, I went, yeah, there we go. He gets it.
Yeah, we got to get the music out there. More
Yeah.
people hear it, the better. They spread the word. They tell friends. But it's got to be good. You can put a lot of effort into a song. If the song isn't good to begin with, it's hard to. You can record it really well, but if the song isn't a good song from the beginning, it's hard. So
Sonny and I were talking about how those were recorded without his band. He was with studio musicians on that record.
Yeah, exactly. We knocked that album out in 3 days, real quick. And he was great. Sonny, he was very prepared and such a natural singer that, I think that's one thing, some of the authenticity and just some of the liveliness of it comes through, because, a lot of it was nearly live. I mean, the band was kind of playing it down right there. We had a videographer in the studio. So, I've actually looked back at the footage and it's impressive with how quickly it comes together. It sounds great, but it's still, somewhat spontaneous,
And Tom picks the best guys, period.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, but yeah, a little different between Jovan Webb's record, a different musician or two, and a little bit different process, but equally as great in my opinion.
That's good. Well, Jeff, I just want to say thank you very much for taking some time out of your busy day to come on with me and tell us about the new Blind Pig records. I look forward to all the new releases coming out next year.
All right. We do too. So really appreciate the coverage and the time, and thanks for allowing me some time here to kind of talk about Blind Pig and all your listeners. So anytime. And I appreciate the support of all the artists too, most importantly.
And again, let the listening audience know how they can get a hold of Blind Pig, anything at Blind Pig. It's blindpig.com, right?
Yeah, I think on the about page on blindpig.com, or whatever history or something, there's contact info on there, and yeah, we're pretty responsive, and there's contact buttons. So and social, like I said, socials, you can absolutely engage with different video media and audio and things like that.
And they can buy direct from you, right?
They can, absolutely. Yep. We have a YouTube channel that's growing, 30-some thousand subscribers to our YouTube channel. That's great. And so we're trying to push out new video content, every couple of weeks or so.
Good. And I'd love to do an interview with Jovan one of these days before his release.
You got it. I'm going to talk to him tonight because he's had a lot of requests. Yeah, but you're on. You
see that? That's good.
You got it. Yeah. No, he's a really he's an amazing guy as well, with just really talented, and a lot of people looking forward to his record as well.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna I am going to stop the recording and say thank you again. And just hang on a minute.